Welcome, Seeker. Today you begin a sacred journey, one that winds through the sands of time into the heart of one of the world's most revered spiritual traditions, the Egyptian mystery schools. These schools were not simply places of learning, they were gateways to transformation, hidden within temples, taught in whispers, passed down through chosen initiates. This wisdom held the power to awaken the divine within. At the foundation of this ancient system lies one central force, Maad. Now, Maad is not just a goddess, though she was worshipped as one. She represents something far more profound. In the Egyptian worldview, Maad was the principle of cosmic order. She was balance, harmony, truth, justice. She was the breath of the universe moving in perfect rhythm. Without Maad, everything would fall into chaos, both in the heavens and in the human soul. To live according to Maad meant to live in alignment with the universe itself. So what did that look like in ancient Egypt? Well, for the initiates of the mystery schools, it began with inner work. The goal was not to merely follow rules or rituals, but to embody Maad. That meant refining your character, mastering your emotions, harmonizing your actions with nature and spirit. It was believed that those who truly lived in alignment with Maad would pass smoothly into the afterlife. Their hearts weighed against her feather in the hall of judgment. But don't mistake this for mythology alone. Maad is as relevant today as she was thousands of years ago. Why? Because her essence, balance, truth, harmony, is something every human being longs for. We live in a time where imbalance surrounds us. Inside and outside, the world feels loud, chaotic, divided. Our thoughts race. Our relationships break. We consume more than we create. We react more than we reflect. That's why lesson 1 is so important. It begins with a single word: awareness. Before we can change anything, we must first become aware of what is. So here is your task. Over the next 24 hours, I invite you to become an observer of your own life. Watch yourself as though you're watching someone else. Notice your thoughts. Where do they drift when you're not paying attention? Are they peaceful or filled with tension? Pay attention to your speech. Are your words kind, honest, or are they sharp, careless, or reactive? Examine your actions. Do they bring peace, or do they leave behind ripples of conflict? But don't stop there. Look outward as well. What's happening in the world around you? Where do you see harmony and where do you see disorder? At home, in your relationships, in your work, on social media, in the news. This isn't about judging yourself or the world. This is about witnessing, becoming aware of the currents of balance and imbalance that shape your reality. You see, in the mystery schools, awareness was the first gate. You couldn't move on until you could see clearly, because only with awareness can transformation begin. So here's how to deepen today's practice. Carry a small notebook or use a note-taking app on your phone. Throughout the day, jot down moments that stand out, times you felt calm, focused, connected. Also note when you felt disturbed, distracted, or reactive. Ask yourself what caused that feeling. Was it a thought, a conversation, an environment? You may be surprised by what you discover. Sometimes even the smallest imbalance, a rushed conversation, a judgmental thought, a forgotten intention, can ripple through your whole day. And here's the magic. Once you become aware of these patterns, you gain the power to change them. You start to notice when you're slipping out of alignment, and you can gently bring yourself back. This is the essence of living in harmony with Maad. Not perfection, but presence, not control, but conscious alignment with what is true, good, and balanced. Now, as you move through this first lesson, remember, this isn't a quick fix or a one-day task. This is a lifelong path. The Egyptian sages knew that wisdom unfolds slowly, like the Nile through the desert. But every step taken with awareness is a step closer to the truth of who you are. And so, dear seeker, I welcome you to the path. Today you've taken your first step, not just into ancient knowledge, but into your own awakening. Let the principle of Maad guide your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Let her feather rest upon your heart. Let balance be your compass. And when you return for the next lesson, you'll be ready to go deeper into the next sacred teaching of the Egyptian mystery schools. Until then, walk with awareness. Walk with Maad.